are starting off with 3/4 inch walnut. We're going to be clamping it down to the wasteboard with double-sided tape and screws on the end. That is what I do for most of my projects, and we're going to be doing through profile cutting without any type of tabs. First, we're going to be cutting the shelf. That is where our glass is going to be sitting on, and then we're going to be cutting the interior shelf. That is where our soundboard is going to be sitting on. Then we're just going to be hogging out a bunch of material. First, taking out all the material in the hole in the center, and then all the material on the edges. After that, we're going to be cutting out all of the holes for the sound to escape from for this call, and then we're just going to be doing our profiling pass and cutting out all of the parts. Now, I know this is only 20 of them, and it took a little bit under 3 hours to do. I didn't optimize any of my tool paths, and I probably could have cut that time down in half. Next, what I'm going to be doing is rounding over the top, the bottom, as well as the center hole right here, and then after that, I'm going to be taking it to the sandblaster and hitting this with some glass bead. Now, what that's going to be doing is it's going to be giving it a nice weathered, worn look on this, and as this is used for hunting, it's probably going to get damaged and dinged up and kind of tossed around in a truck, so that gives a little bit of freedom so that it can be worn and used well without looking bad eventually. Okay, I know a lot of y'all are sitting there thinking, what the heck are you making? This is a pot call. This is one that you can buy just off the shelf at Walmart. This is called the striker, and this is the pot call itself, or slate call, or friction call, or glass call. At the end of the day, this is a pot call. You take the striker, you rub the top, that creates friction, it creates a noise that is very similar to a girl turkey. You use this in order to call the boy turkey to you so that you can shoot it and you can eat it. Now, if you were to ask a turkey hunter what the best type of materials in their favorite pot call is, it's like asking a group of first graders what their favorite type of ice cream is. You're going to get a lot of answers and you're not going to get any kind of an answer. This is the very top, creating friction, giving you your sound. Right below this top, there is another piece of material. There's a slight air cushion gap between them. That is what is called the sounding board. In this one, it is just built into the call, and it is also acrylic. So for this call, you have aluminum on top of acrylic with an acrylic body. Mine, I'm making them with a walnut body with a glass top and a brass sounding board. All that to say, you can make this in a lot of different shapes, sizes, thicknesses, and materials, and at the end of the day, it will still be a turkey pot call, or friction call, or glass call, or slate call. It's all a turkey call. Let's get back to it. For my sounding board, I'm going to be using solid brass. I use a laser cutting service online called Send Cut Send. It's actually cheaper for me to get it cut by them than it would be for me to order the material and cut it myself. Sometimes it comes a little bit dirty. So in order to clean this up a little bit, we're going to be sandblasting it, which gives it a nice frosted finish, and then we're going to be stamping it, and that'll look much more like the shiny brass that you know and love. It'll turn out pretty cool underneath the glass top. I took my laser engraver and engraved the image on the back of it in reverse so that when you flip it over, the image is facing you, but it is not causing any type of indentations on the glass surface itself. The reason I went with glass, honestly, is just because I thought it would look really good to show the brass behind the glass with the walnut. So if anybody out there is wondering if this is the best possible way to be able to make a turkey pot call, probably not, but it will look the best, or at least in my opinion. The assembly process for these is incredibly straightforward. First, we're just going to be making sure that we wipe off the glass, making sure that there's no moisture or oil residue left over for when you're handling them. Next, we're going to be putting on the super glue onto the middle shelf. That is what our soundboard is going to be sitting on. In our case, that is what the brass is going to be adhering to. Next, I'm going to be taking the glue and putting it on the top shelf where the glass is going to sit. With these files, I actually made it an incredibly tight tolerance, so it is press fit with the glue, and I don't think that is ever going to be coming out. After that, it's really just about waiting, making sure that all the glue is properly set up. I'm not using any kind of accelerator with this because I have glass, and I really want to make sure that the interior of the glass is as crystal clear as possible. It wouldn't be one of my videos without some kind of a massive mistake right at the end. Earlier when I had said all the moisture needed to be removed, I had gone through the entire run and I glued in the glass and then it fogged up. Right now, not a happy camper. I grabbed an additional piece of glass that I had and I soaked it in lacquer thinner. I assembled the entire thing, and what do you know? Doesn't fog. If you're doing this extremely specific project, like myself, no. But if you wipe it down with lacquer thinner, it's not going to fog up. Or at least in my one test. Oh, I guess that's the first of the month tornado warning. Thanks, city. The call is completely useless without a striker. So I am incredibly excited to tell y'all that I have been working with another YouTuber who has been making all the strikers the entire time that I have been making these pot calls. He's over at Madeira Designs and his name is Trevor. I actually got in touch with him after my walrus oil contest video. He was one of the judges on that, and we just started striking up a friendship over Instagram. I noticed all of his lathe work, and when this project came up, I said, yeah, I'm probably just gonna get him to turn all those instead of me trying to figure all of that out on the CNC. So he has. He has made a ton of very unique designs to go along with these turkey calls. He has been calling them turkey wands over on his Instagram, and it's very cool watching somebody who knows what they're doing create something that they've never created before. So a ton of very cool designs. If you purchase one of my pot calls, there should be about 15 of these for sale. You will be getting one of these turkey strikers as well. No, you don't get to choose which design you get, but I think it is a very cool addition and it has been a ton of fun working with him on this project. You definitely should go check out his channel. He's made a video about him turning the turkey strikers as well. Now you might be saying to yourself, Hamilton, that's a fine looking turkey call, but it doesn't really matter if it doesn't work. So how can we tell if it works? Well, let's go find out. It is 5:45 in the morning. We're sitting on the side of the road eating Hardee's. So fully admit, I have no idea what I'm doing, but my brother does. Like he knows a whole lot about what we're doing. So he's gonna be using the call. He's gonna be carrying the camera. I'm just gonna have a gun. Now I don't even remotely feel bad in saying in front of my brother that that was one of the top 5 worst hikes of my life. It's right in through here, and we keep on hearing it moving back and forth. We're at the top of a ridge, so at any point it could just pop its head up. We'll see. Turns out that was this dude. If your call sounded like a turkey, and our call sounded like a turkey, looks like my call sounds like a turkey, right? All right, so now we're about to head off to another place. It's about 20 minutes away. We're gonna check that out. Skunked again, but we did see a snake, which was pretty cool and frightening. He ended up liking the turkey call, and here's a few words from him.
I rough it up a lot. I mean, like, a lot. The more the better, because that's kind of how you get crisp sounds, because the call has a different sound in the middle than it does on the side. So I try to get really good range, and, like, optimally, you would scratch the entire thing up, because if you're hunting, you don't want to, like, suddenly wind up on the slick end where it gets weird.
Do different strikers on the same call make different notes?
I mean, honestly, I can't discern the difference right now on the video. I'm not saying it's all a crock, but I'm more concerned with cadence than I am necessarily with pitch most of the time. Obviously, there's distinctions there, like you can have a young bird, you can have just a normal, like, age 10, and then you can have a gobbler. So you don't want something that's, like, really, really deep. That's what you want to avoid. This call's acrylic. It's kind of the standard. It's raspier and it has more reverberation, whereas this call is a little sweeter on the ears.
A massive thank you to my brother to take me turkey hunting 2 mornings in a row so that I could include that in the video. I was really hoping that we would be able to get a gobbler, as the gobbler getter should have gotten the gobbler. But, you know, that's why they call it hunting and not killing. Every time I go to ship out orders and check my P.O. box at the post office and see that there's some stickers in there, it makes me very happy, and I really appreciate the nice, kind letters that y'all have been writing me. So yeah, keep on sending stickers, and I will keep on putting them up on the toolbox. If you'd like to send me a sticker, my P.O. box is listed in the description below. So I'm going to be giving away one of these turkey calls. This is actually the most cloudy out of the bunch, and it will be coming with one of the custom strikers turned by Trevor over at Madeira Designs. In order to win this, all you have to do is comment down below your favorite flavor of ice cream, as well as being subscribed to my channel. I'll be choosing the winner in about 2 weeks. Please be located in the United States in order to win this. Really appreciate it, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.